Oh my god, it's too early for this. I need coffee. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope y'all doing well. I'm doing pretty good. I've got some catching up to do. I wasn't able to make a video this past Tuesday. That's okay. Life happens, and now we've got something to talk about because DICE just released a community broadcast that is packed full of information, kind of. Community manager Adam Freeman writes, "First, a massive thank you to everyone for jumping in and playing War in the Pacific. This was a huge update for us, adding 3 new maps, 14 new vehicles, 8 new weapons, and everything else that goes along with establishing a new theater of war and growing the battlefield sandbox. Alongside the new content that we've added during War in the Pacific, we've developed a multitude of changes and enhancements to the game across this 12-week chapter, including the option to run your own personal server in community games. We're going to continue expanding and improving the game in the future updates, so a big thanks to everyone who takes the time to share their feedback and highlight the areas that we can enhance and further develop. For many of you here, the biggest change of the chapter came in..." I can't read, man. I cannot read this morning. It's too early. For many of you here, the biggest change of the chapter came in the form of our recent weapon balancing. We improved the experience that players have when they are being engaged at long distances, and you've been active in sharing with us how these changes feel. Since we returned from our winter break, we've invested a great deal of time reviewing that feedback and measuring against the behaviors that we've seen from players in the game, and the safeguards that we set in place to determine if we're making a change that positively impacted the gameplay experience for all players. In Update 6.2, we'll be publishing a series of further changes designed to address the learnings based on your feedback and game data. Full details will be shared after we've launched Update 6.0. In short, you're going to find that in close quarters, much of the same recoil and rate of fire that you're previously accustomed to will return. We will continue to operate a damage model that ensures that weapons are designed to be lethal in close quarters will still do less damage beyond 30 meters than experienced in 5.0. However, we're making an adjustment to the damage curves to ensure that the damage drop-off doesn't feel as intense or severe. Weapons that should be more effective at range, such as a semi-auto rifle, pistol carbine, will have their damage drop-off extended, ensuring that they regain a purpose closer to their design and perform significantly better at range. Similar changes are also being made across MGs, ARs, and I will keep you updated as we finalize the design and move them into a shippable state. What's an Update 6.0? Full details on our next update will be shared in the week leading up to its release. We won't be updating 6.0 next week, but I'll be sharing that news with you as soon as it's fit to print. Update 6.0 primarily focuses on providing you with new content to set the scene for our next chapter, a new map, new weapons, and new gadgets. In Chapter 6, we'll continue to move weapons and gadgets out of weekly rewards and into chapter rank rewards, as we've seen a great response to that throughout War in the Pacific. We've seen new weapon ownership double thanks to the approach in Chapter 5, and so we're keen to see how we'll improve that across the next chapter. We've also tweaked the earn rate of Chapter XP at the end of round to better reward players who place higher on the scoreboard to ensure that your performance across the round is better rewarded. There will otherwise be a handful of focused vehicle balance changes performed in Update 6.0, as well as small selection of fixes and changes to the maps that we are able to identify and develop solutions for at the end of last year. Our 6.2 update is targeting more expansive set of fixes and adjustments, so bear with us as we work through the issues that you've highlighted to us so far in 2020. We're on it, and we'll keep you updated over on the Battlefield Trello as soon as we're ready to kick off Chapter 6. Okay, so that's a lot to take in. Maybe good news for the lethality of the weapons up close. Maybe they're smoothing out the distance of engagement and how much damage they do over distance. Maybe bring back the semi-auto rifles for assault. Maybe bring some recoil back into the game, I hope. I don't know. The STG-44 is still smooth as butter. If you haven't used the STG-44, I would highly recommend picking that sucker up. It is a laser beam. The idea of putting in the rewards for the chapter rewards instead of having the weekly challenges, I'm cool with, but I think that if you have a gun like the Type 2A that is a game changer, and you put that in there and someone can go and purchase that weapon before anybody else can, that's gonna ruffle some feathers, I would imagine. So yeah, that's probably not gonna be good. So there's some good news here. There's some interesting news. For me personally, I don't get too high on the highs. I don't get too low on the lows. And it's just sort of a wait and see kind of thing. Once it comes out, it's out. Then we can go from there. Once it's in the game. And actually, once I see the patch notes, then I'll have more thoughts. And maybe me and my friend Lethal will do another little podcast. So, all right, guys. Well, that's about it for me. I just wanted to do a video. I hope this is quick. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to try and edit this really fast. So, yes, I will have a Friday Night Battlefield later tonight. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And we appreciate it. Also, by the way, I want to let you know, we have a Discord. I have a Discord. It's a Discord. And if you want to come and hang out with us, please join us. That way we can continue the discussion there. I know some of you have asked to squad up with me. That's a great place to start right there, is the Discord. So, link in the description down below. All right, guys. Well, until next time, bye for now.